Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Soul Pedal Collective, where we rise through shared light. I know it's been about a week since I last had a recording. It's been hectic, but things have not stopped at all. So I did get some tarot decks, and that has been interesting. I have 4 tarot decks now, but I originally had gotten 3. And started kind of doing like personal readings just for myself, just to kind of get my method and everything, start practicing, because obviously never done tarot reading before. So doing that. Yeah, and before I get into everything, sorry, I kind of just dove right into it. These videos will resonate with you when you're ready to receive the energy, and the energy is in these videos. So you'll watch this video whenever it resonates with you. But if you find yourself coming back more and more to my content, please don't hesitate to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon. That way you know when I have content coming out, because now I have tarot cards, more and more like different contents coming out, instead of just me talking to you or me trying to meditate talking to you and everything, channeling, things like that. So back into it. But yeah, so with the personal readings that I'm getting through the cards, there has been a lot of confirmation to synchronicities that I've been getting about Lord Ra, the Sun God, and then also with Goddess Isis, Bastet, or Bastet, Sekhimat, or no, it's not Sekhimat, it's Sekhimet. Goddess Sekhmet, Anubis, Lord of the Underworld, Horus, Osiris, Set. So like all the Egyptian gods have kind of been starting to come through. But it's very much, and I started asking the cards different questions, instead of like, am I Ra, the Sun God reborn, or anything. Like, am I somehow tied to Ra's energy? Like, I approach the question a different way, instead of like, am I Ra, the Sun God reborn? Like, I asked it, am I the Eye of Ra? Because the Eye of Ra is more than just a symbol, is like what this is. And this, even though it is reverse and it is going to the left on your screen, I mean, that's how it's supposed to be. So I guess, whatever. But yeah, so this is the Eye of Ra. There is another one that looks extremely similar, but the eye is to the right and not the left. That is the Eye of Horus. And a lot of companies and everything that I've seen online selling things seem to think that the Eye of Ra and the Eye of Horus are synonymous with each other. They don't differentiate. They're essentially like a bunch of things are selling as just the Eye of Horus, because that is the more the more widely known, and for what people want. Like, it's for wisdom and clarity, that kind of thing. So, sorry, I'm moving my camera around. So I understand having the Eye of Horus as more of the thing, more of a trademark, so to speak. than the Eye of Ra. But the Eye of Ra is for like protection, like fierce protection, because the Eye of Ra, when the Eye of Ra, or according to mythology, when the Eye of Ra was formed, it was formed out of Ra's right eye, and it became a goddess, or goddesses. It's depicted as many goddesses, as Isis, Bastet, Sekhmet, so they, and more, and a few more. And it is mythologized. It's theorized that the Eye of Ra is essentially Ra, the sun's god, feminine, divine feminine side manifested. And it is a fierce protector, often seen as like a feline, like a lioness or a cat or things like that. It's a fierce protector, and essentially protected Ra from man that wanted to usurp Ra. So there's a whole thing behind just the Eye of Ra itself and the energy of the Eye of Ra. And I asked it that question, and I've asked it a bunch of stuff to see like if the readings are different and everything, and I've like also trying to find my technique. And my technique is very interesting. I want to say it's very interesting because it's not normal. I've tried like the techniques that you see in the guides that come with tarot cards and everything, like the 3-card draw for the past, present, future. You have like a personal reading that's kind of like a cross. You got all like the whole the whole spread, and it's just none of it felt right. So I don't. The way that I have been reading is kind of like a way that through meditation, it kind of depicted this is how you need to read cards. I got a message during meditation that don't read the way everybody else reads. Read it your way. And so that's kind of what I've tried to been doing. Been trying to find my way to read the cards. And honestly, the way I read them, like, start with asking the cards a question, or with asking a divine being or whomever, like to start the whole session. Like, ask them a question, hold it in my mind's eye and everything, and then shuffle. And I shuffle, and it doesn't matter to me if the cards are up, like right side up or upside down, things like that. It's more of, once I have enough cards, I start telling a story. And it's very weird because, like, with a lot of tarot readings that I've seen, with a lot of tarot readings that I've experienced, there's a lot of different methods for tarot. There's a lot. Everybody kind of has their own method, which understandable. There's like the standards, and then there's like their methods that people kind of made based off of the standards and things like that. But the way I was kind of told how to do it through meditation was, you need to tell, like, I need to tell a story. And the cards are going to tell a story based on everything that is on the card and what's in my, like, how I'm interpreting them. It's always going to tell a story. And it can be good and it can be bad. I've had a reading that's made 0 sense I've had readings that that also make no sense because like they sound fantastical. Like the story that came out of it sounded fantastical. And it's the way I can put it to you is this. When I was younger, I was a very imaginative person. I had a very good imagination because I didn't make a lot of friends. So I had a very good imagination. And then, quite frankly, electronics were invented. Games were invented. And then I no longer had to use my imagination just in here. I can now use imagination on a screen. And games kind of took over that role. But now I'm kind of getting back into using my imagination. But it's like a muscle. It's like riding a bike. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes it's just like riding a bike. It's easy. You can get back into it. But when you haven't used it for years upon years upon years, decades sometimes, it's a slow process. And for me to imagine a story that has been so fantastical as some of the stories that have come out of my mouth while interpreting the cards is insane. It is absolutely insane. But I've already started to see some of the synchronicities of the stories that I've told while interpreting the cards. So, apparently that is the way that I'm supposed to do tarot. So I'm trying to get a space, like I'm trying to get a space to where I can do tarot and I can have it set up. So, like when I get home or something, that I can just go there, pop on, and start a tarot reading or something. But right now it's where I meditate, like areas that I can meditate, like in the shed and things like that. I can't really leave like papery things out there because it's not sealed. And so critters can get in there and things of that nature, and I don't want my tarot cards to be chewed up and all that stuff. So, and right now there's really no room in the house because we are jam-packed. But I'll figure something out. So yeah. I just kind of wanted to jump on it because it had been over a week since I had posted something, so I wanted to post something. I'm still here. I'm still doing this thing. I'm still growing on my spiritual journey, and it's been fantastic. And now that I have started to incorporate another tool in my process, it's just going to get even crazier. It's gonna get more awesome. It's gonna get more awesome. And ever since that I got this. My energy has felt incredible. Like I've been, even though like I wish I could have gotten more sleep for about the past week and a half, I've been getting roughly like 4 to 6 hours of sleep maybe. And so like even on the 4-hour days, I've had energy. I've had plenty of energy to do the whole day. And like I've felt positive. I've felt upbeat. I've felt good. And so that's it very much feels like I'm coming into my purpose, my divine purpose, my time essentially. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Thank you so very much for putting up with my stories, putting up with me talking. I know it can be boring, especially I don't have music. There's nothing fancy floating around me. I don't edit the videos too much because I want the raw energy as much as possible. And when you start adding things, digital aspects, you start changing the digital vibration of the energy. So I try to edit as little as possible, make as little cuts as possible, because everything that you do to your video influences the energy of the video. So that's why I try to give as complete a video as possible. I cut off at the very first and I cut off at the very end, just because I let the video run a little bit, compose myself, instead of just abruptly starting, because that is just as abrupt as just as abrupt as, I don't know where I was going with that sentence, that can be extremely jarring to just like have somebody click on a video and then bam, right in your face. But when I edit it, it kind of is, but I try to give enough time so it's like you see my face and then I go on. But you don't need to worry about that. So thank you so much for tuning in. I thank you for sharing your energy in this space, and I hope that you continue to rise as I am through the light that we share together. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.